In October 2002, the nation was held captive by a 3-week shooting spree across Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, known as the Beltway Sniper Attack. The mastermind behind these attacks, which left 10 dead, was John Allen Muhammad. And the woman who some believe was the motive for the killings is Mildred Muhammad, the ex-wife of the D.C. sniper. Her story is a chilling tale of a 12-year marriage of control and abuse, followed by years of looking over her shoulder and running for her life. Mildred Muhammad, the ex-wife of the D.C. sniper, has written a book called Scared Silent, and she's speaking publicly about what happened for the first time today. When did you realize that the D.C. sniper was your ex-husband?
First of all, I didn't know that the D.C. sniper was my ex-husband. John had already threatened me before the shooting started. He told me that you have become my enemy, and as my enemy, I will kill you. So I was already looking over my shoulder. It wasn't until October 23rd when law enforcement came to my door, took me to the police station, and told me that they were going to name him as the sniper. And then they told me that I was the target.
That you were the target?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, take me back for a second. He said, you are my enemy.
You have become my enemy.
You have become my enemy. That sounds like war
exactly.
words.
Yes, ma'am.
Because he had a background in the military?
He did have a background in the military.
Was he normal at first? And
He
then
was.
went to war and then came back?
He came back. He was diagnosed with PTSD. Unfortunately, he was not
post-traumatic stress syndrome disorder.
Yes, ma'am. He wasn't debriefed, nor was he counseled when he came back from Saudi Arabia.
Got it. So he came back and he was talking to you like you were the enemy.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you said that you were the target of his sniping. How does that work? I don't understand. So he's going everywhere and being a sniper and killing these people.
Right.
And explain how you were the target.
Well, he was trying to cover up my murder, to come in as the grieving father, to regain custody of the children because it was a domestic violence and custody issue. Since he said you have become my enemy, and as my enemy I will kill you, then he had to make it appear that he was not involved.
So he was going to make it look like he's there's some sniper that is just killing all these people and just so happened to get my wife too.
My ex-wife.
My ex-wife. Woe is me. Oh my God, I'm the grieving father. Let me take my children.
Yes.
That is crazy.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my gosh. Was he abusive? Did he hit you? Did he beat you?
He wasn't physically abusive. He was verbal, mental, psychological, economically abusive. Unfortunately, these are the abuses that are not looked upon.
There's many types of abuse.
Yes,
I've talked about it before too. I've been emotionally abused in relationships. I totally understand. There are different types of abuse that can be just as, if not sometimes more, debilitating and detrimental than physical abuse.
And unfortunately, because I didn't have physical scars to prove I was a victim, then I did not get the help that I needed.
Did he start bringing a gun in the house?
He was able to bring home his M16 rifle when he was in the military. I understand that it's not something that they do, but he was able to do that. He would disassemble it and assemble it and then tell me the things that he could do with it.
That he was going to kill you?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, he was just executed.
Right.
How was that day for you?
Well, that was the day that was for my children. Because everything was about them. They wanted to watch the news. They wanted to know when it occurred. They even wanted to talk to him before he was executed.
And how old are your kids?
My son is 19 now. My daughters are 16 and 17.
And so they wanted to speak with him. So was there a phone call planned or something?
We were trying to make that happen, but John would not cooperate. And we waited until 8:58, and the call never came.
And what time was his execution supposed to be?
It was to take place at 9 o'clock, and they stated that he had been announced dead at 9:11.
Wow. And how are the kids doing now?
They're doing good.
Yeah.
We went to the funeral, and that was closure for them. Because since they didn't get to talk to him, then at least they got to see him.
Did you see him in the casket?
No, ma'am.
No. They saw him in the casket?
They saw him.
And did you stay outside of the room?
I stayed outside of the whole facility.
Yeah.
I would have felt like a hypocrite going.
Yeah. Because I would think, wow, that was supposed to be me.
Right. That's exactly what I was
He wanted me dead.
And he wanted me dead, and it was going to be a headshot.
Yeah. Wow. So what have you done to turn this tragedy into something useful for other people? I know that you have an organization that you've started.
Yes, ma'am. I've started a nonprofit organization called After the Trauma, and we help victims and survivors of domestic violence all over the country. We get emails, and we try to help them as best we can so that they don't return to an abusive relationship.
Well, I think you're a great person for this because I do see a calm, and I see somebody that has gotten through this and has not let this make you a victim for life.
Right.
You know, I see that. I see you're empowered. We'll be right back. Good luck.
Thank you.